Frida Newman and Keith Urban. And with our rookie supply topped up, we can turn our attention back to the base itself, where we can build our proving ground. However, once we are done building our proving ground, there's one small hiccup. We are actually out of power.
Commander, we've pushed our current power systems to the limit. We don't have any capacity to spare, which means we can't expand our facility.
With that base keeping done,
just as you are driven to free your people from the perceived oppression of the Elders, the burden of honor instilled upon me since my creation drives my service to the gods, regardless of their intention. Now a true test of your allies' devotion to the cause. Will they waver in the face of death?
nice to know how devoted you are to being just a terrible person.
Our friends in the Resistance are paying a heavy price with the Chosen running loose. We should do what we can to take them down before they hit again.
Fight the Chosen? Thanks, Central. And right here is where our Resistance ring completes. And from our Resistance ring, we can send out our very own covert ops.
Commander, the factions you have contacted are well equipped to track down the Chosen. Their knowledge will be invaluable in helping XCOM locate and eliminate these threats.
So first off, you need an engineer to go into the slot.
The benefits we gain from working with the Resistance factions on their covert operations are a major boon to our efforts, but there are also risks involved. Our soldiers could potentially be attacked or taken captive while in the field, so it's not as easy a decision as it may seem.
Word is we've got a new trick or two available, Commander. Maybe we should give them a try.
Commander, Mox has been captured. We should do everything we can to get him back before the Chosen do God knows what to him.
It sounds like Central's speaking from experience there. I'm not gonna judge. So in terms of new recruits, the Templars seem like they would be the best choice in that department. So loading up Sofia Ilyushina and Patrick Swayze, we go ahead and send out a recruitment mission. Finished for now with our new Resistance ring. It's back to the control room to gather our resources
Commander, we just got word that the Resistance hit an
before a
advent
supply raid.
We have an opportunity to salvage some high-value materials, assuming we can clear out the alien forces guarding the site first.
I'm really hoping that this supply raid goes a little bit more buttery than my last mission did. With one of our new rookies rotated into our main squad, we have just that touch of finish we need to be ready for deployment.
Ranger deployed.
Squad green to deploy.
Force reporting that Advent has a resupply operation in progress in this region. They're airlifting supply crates out of a secured area, and if we move quickly, we can probably grab a few for ourselves. Mark the crates for pickup, and Firebrand will handle the heavy lifting.
If there are crates to be marked, we better get jumping out of this Sky Ranger quite dramatically.
Advent forces are in the process of airlifting a number of supply crates out of this area, and we have an opportunity here to take a few for ourselves. Locate and mark the crates with transponders, and Firebrand will handle the rest.
Oh yeah. You want to know about stealing? Central knows about stealing. And as we advance up the battlefield, I feel like it's a good time for a story.
Confirmed.
Sometime in the last couple weeks, I saw in the flyer for my local electronics shop a new monitor that had a higher refresh rate, larger in size, just all sorts of good things, and it was under $300. So I had to jump on that. It seemed like a really, really good deal.
Affirmative.
And it turns out it was. It turns out that this monitor comes not only with speakers, but it also comes with a microphone. And some of you that even have an idea of what happens on this channel, maybe one or two of you, would know that I have lost the audio for my recordings in the last week or so, which has really set me behind. However, looking into my settings throughout all of the various programs that interconnect to run the microphone, I found that the monitor has a microphone, and somehow that became my default communication device. So that was a simple enough swap once I found out where that swap needed to take place, and we're back up and rolling. It was about after I had advanced this far that I realized there hasn't been even so much as an enemy detection radius, but rather shortly I did manage to find the enemies. It turns out that they are all crammed in one corner.
Operating under the guise of thin men now show their true form, a purely reptilian species.
No reason for them to hide. The aliens don't need an infiltration unit anymore.
If you haven't played this version of XCOM before, the reptilian snake man, Viper up there, dude, he can actually reach across the battlefield and grab you. So you want to be sure to deal with him in timely order.
We've been spotted.
I couldn't really find a clean shot, and I thought it was going to take the cover away from that Advent trooper, but that works. And it's also about now Advent decides it's gonna start being picky over its crates.
Advent has already marked a couple of crates for extraction. If we move quickly, we may be able to mark them for ourselves and prevent their airlift.
Elizabeth Boer takes one for the team here, soldiering through. And once the alien action is over, she actually gets her revenge on this filthy Advent trooper. I don't know if you remember what I said earlier about Advent getting picky about their crates, but you'll see what I mean.
Advent just airlifted out their first crate. We're gonna have to move fast if we want to get the rest.
From this we can see how Advent built their empire throughout all of this time. They have been pilfering
I'm on the move.
the best claw game machines and selling the results on eBay. Luckily for me, in this situation, I changed the loadouts for a few of my fellows in the squad. And that included a stun grenade. And then, once they were thoroughly disoriented, we had no problem picking them apart one by
Taken
one.
care of.
So, I don't know what stopped me from firing on that Advent fire trooper,
On the move.
but I brought Keith Urban up to take a shot instead. I didn't say it was going to be a good shot. And whatever it was that stopped me from firing on this Advent purifier before,
Unless they leave us no choice, we
it
should
didn't
try
stop
to
me
avoid
this time.
damaging the crates if we want to bring home anything useful.
with the purifier down and the regular trooper taken care of, that leaves only this Advent priest left on this part of the field. And if things keep going like that, he won't be here very long. So, moving up Cameron Hudson to take a shot. Swing and a miss.
Heading there now.
But we're not out yet. We still have our newest sensation. He keeps the hits coming.
Confirmed.
Well, it was a fair hike, but we finally reached a spot
Firebrand is on deck for recovery. Keep marking those crates, Menace 1-5.
that looks like an XCOM level. I'm not sure if I realized that there are still enemies around. All I'm thinking about is loot and crates.
Do this.
But that mindset
I'm on it.
will soon cost me a little bit of pain. In the meantime, I'm just surrounded by crates at this point,
Understood.
and
Moving out.
seeing as that's my objective, I run right in there. I don't want these Advent to end up with more crates than I do. That's not what I came out here for. So you may be starting to put two and two together now. I'm rushing around, not only looking at crates, running headlong towards an Advent facility. What's the worst that could go wrong?
Running! We've got Advent here.
Crates. I'm so glad that I brought Cole along with me. He's a Viking, and in true Viking fashion, he's going to launch a frag grenade through the doorway and destroy their cover. And with their cover down, your hair is bad and you should feel bad. Luckily, we still got Keith.
Nailed him.
I probably could have grabbed that one with Cole instead of running up to where he is now, but you live and you learn. Live and learn. Live and learn.
What's going on?
Why did you become a sniper?
I'll get him next time.
So once again, it looks like it's up to Cam Hudson to march his way up and take care of all the business. Now, it finally looks like we're about ready to move on. Cole just has a little bit of unfinished business. Well, it was a good try. Somebody else is just gonna have to finish his business for him.
Good copy. Moving on target. Target down.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished. Excellent work.
You definitely want to resist any xenomorphs you come across. Now it's back to base. And to give out a round of promotions to my weary warriors. We then get a heaping helping of supplies of all sorts, as well as a litany of brand new corpses, fresh for us to study. So the Viper has venom sacs that we very well might be able to make use of. And the Advent Purifier's sturdier construction also could aid us in the future. And lastly, the Advent Priest has psionic abilities that, once we have mastered them for ourselves, will be of great use. I should be back into the regular swing of things now that I've figured out all of my problems and edited out everything that needed to be edited out. So, good day.